observation in humans.
Except for ancient Sumer for some reason, because they had a mapped out, detailed in size oriented and correct
Oh
order
yeah, of all the stuff.
of our solar
Well,
system, which is absolutely just
well, the
insane.
reason they have that is because the stars were indicative of the change of seasons.
Okay.
So your knowledge of the stars gave you an ability to predict the future.
Yeah, but would that
And by knowing that where you are in the Earth's rotation determines what season you're in, and knowing what season you're in lets you know what weather you have. Knowing what weather you have allows you to plant the proper crops, which enhance your ability for survival.
I agree with
Yeah.
that. I'm curious.
So knowledge of the stars, and that was their main data point to the universe. There was no other data point there was the sun and the moon and the stars.
Not for Sumer though. Sumer they knew of every planet in our solar system. That's my point. They knew about the size of them and the
Oh,
detail
well,
in correct order.
yeah,
There's tablets of
yeah.
our solar system mapped out in impeccable detail. The only one thing that's wrong with it is one extra planet, which is a little weird. Maybe
Yeah.
they misinterpreted a star as a planet or something or
Yeah.
whatever. But how the hell did they know that?
Well, that's you can see because Mars looks different than the stars. It's red.
Okay, I understand
Yeah.
that.
And then all the other Saturn looks different. Jupiter looks different.
Yeah, but I understand that. I'm not disagreeing with that. My thing is, how do they know the size difference in the order that these are in our solar system? You can't see Neptune. You can't see Pluto. You can't see some planets with the naked eye. It's
Yeah.
not possible.
Yeah.
They would have to be so extremely advanced. First of all, they're the first modern civilization. So the fact that the first go, I started yelling again. The first go just knew what the hell was going on.
Well, that's my point. Is
What?
that knowledge of the stars is what gave them the capacity to grow crops, and the ability to grow crops allowed them to sustain better civilizations. And during those civilizations, they were able to specify occupations. You know what I mean? Once they
Yeah.
allowed agrarian societies
Sign
to
roles,
settle,
yes.
and then they had specified roles or specialization,
Yes.
human specialization, which allowed the civilizations to build. So without that first data point of knowing the stars, there would be no civilization. So we've actually lost sight of the stars. So we have no idea where we are in the universe, whereas that was their first step of being around campfires and all that stuff and trying to figure out the world. The only standard they had that was constant was the stars.
I agree. Yeah, that's evident across all
So
civilizations.
that's why the
they
ancient
all-
Egyptians, the
Yeah,
Sumerians,
exactly, yeah.
that's why their insight was so phenomenal on knowledge of the stars, because that was life or death. So it's not that they had these great civilizations that found out about stars. They found out about the stars and our place in the universe and then created great civilizations.